Morning students, myself Bina Tripathi. Welcome to your online class. Students, today I am going to explain you in geography chapter 5 winds. See students, previous chapter 4 we have learned the air pressure. Okay students, can you tell some questions are there students? So you have to find out this answer. See outside the window of your classroom which objects are moving and which are still. So you have to find out students. That means you have to see outside the window of your classroom. Okay, and see that which objects are moving and which are still. Okay, next is which objects are moving on their own, and last one is which objects are not moving on their own, why. Okay, so all these three questions you have to find out. Okay students, through these questions make the students think of winds. So see students, we feel the winds but cannot see it. Okay, so we just feel that but we cannot see that. Okay students, when certain objects in our surrounding move, we experience wind. And see students, you know that we feel the wind but cannot see it. Okay, when certain object in our surrounding move, we experience wind. Okay, the movement of air is called wind. And see students, what is wind students? The movement of air is called wind. Why does air move? Okay students, so see that, try this, it is activities given here. Okay students, just go through that. Get pairs of students to do this. Okay students, fold a paper into two small size roll. Okay students, so you have to fold a paper into two small size. Okay, roll. Keep both the paper rolls on one side of a table. So see the picture students, you can see that table is there and two students are there. Okay students, and they can make the roll of paper small size. Okay, so keep both the paper rolls on one side of a table. Okay, you and your friends should select one roll each. So that means the first one you take and second one give it to your friend. That means you and your friend should select one roll each. So see the picture. Okay students, without touching the roll of the paper or the table, what can be done to move the paper roll to the other end of the table? So see the picture, how that, see that one girl, how she is making, what she is making students, that is she has taken the book. Okay, and from that book she was making that air. And next one is, see that students, that boy with the mouth of towards he was, that means blow the air from his mouth towards the roll of paper. Okay students, so see students, and this way that roll was going to next place. That means it will move roll to the ends of the table. So see students, it is totally activity based. Okay students, figure 5.1 generation of winds. So see students, to move the paper rolls to the other end of the table without touching a person can, so see, they blow the air from his mouth towards the roll of paper. Okay, and B1 is use a newspaper or a book or a hand fan. Okay, and this way you can make the paper, that means to the other end of the table. Okay student, without touching. Okay, and C1 is tilt the table towards the other end. So these are, this you can do it that. Okay students, so see here also the how the students are, that girl, she is making that, she has used a book. Okay, understood students, and with the help of that book, or you can say that hand fan also you can use that, with the help of that we can make that roll to the next side. Okay, and that boy was blow the air from his mouth. Okay, okay students, toward the roll of a paper. Okay, can you see the picture? So this figure 5.1 generation of winds. Okay students, so this is totally activity based. Okay students, that means afterwards, see that see students, see who moves the paper roll first to the other end of the table. Okay students, by seeing this experiment, that means picture activity. So see students, what do you think that, that means the object which blow the air with maximum force, students, move the paper roll first to the other end of the table. Okay students, that means which object blow the air with a maximum force, that is very important, and that moves the paper roll first to the other end of the table. Okay students, next one is, what could be the reason of the delay in making the rolls reach to the other end of the table? Okay students, so see students, there will be a delay in making the rolls reach the other end of the table if the air is blown with lesser force. Okay students, so it will be a delay. Okay, and next one, see students, what can we do to move the rolls to the other end of the table with a greater speed? Students, so we can, what types of technique you can use students? That means object which will blow air with a maximum force to move the rolls to the other end of the table with a greater speed. Okay students, and last one, see students, Can a bottle filled with water be moved to the other end of the table in this manner? Yes. What do you think that, students? Isn't it is happen? Can we use the same method that you tried for the moving the paper rolls? So see, students, a bottle filled with water cannot be moved to the other end of the table in this manner. Okay, students, we cannot use the same method that we tried for the moving paper rolls to move the bottle filled with. Okay, students. Yes, because water, because as it is heavier in weight. Okay, students. Yes or no? So we can, if we till that means till the table, which was an option. Okay, students. That means water bottle is very heavier in weight, so this process will be not happen. Okay, or that means this type of technique we can't use that. Okay, students, because as it is heavier in weight. Okay, students. Geographical explanation. So see, students, we have learned that the air pressure is not uniform, okay, across the earth's surface. Air moves from high pressure areas towards the low pressure areas. Okay, students. So see that diagram. See that means brown arrow, original direction of air from high pressure to low pressure, and blue arrow shown that change direction because of rotation, because earth is making the rotation. Okay, so see the picture. Okay, see the arrow how it was making the changes. Okay, students, original direction of the air, that is from high pressure to low pressure, and that blue arrow shown that change direction because of the rotation. So figure 5.2, change in direction of winds. Okay, students, see that, can you see that? Okay, students, air moves from high pressure areas towards low pressure areas in a horizontal manner. Okay, students, winds are generated due to these movements. And see, students, the extent of the difference in the air pressure affects the velocity of the winds. And see, students, if there is a less difference in the pressure, winds blow with less velocity. Okay, students, and winds blow with greater velocity if the pressure difference is greater. So that this is very important. Okay, students, so you have to keep in mind, if there is a less difference in pressure, winds blow with less velocity. Okay, students, and winds blow with greater velocity if the pressure difference is greater. Okay, students, wind speed also varies, means also different. Wind's velocity is measured in the units of knots or kilometer per hour. Okay, students, give it a try. Write the change different directions in the of the winds in the table below. See, students, pressure belts, northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, mid latitudes. So see, students, in northern hemisphere mid latitudes, first point is easterly blows from northeast to southwest. Okay, students, and in southern hemisphere, students, easterlies blow from the southeast to northwest. Okay, students, and pressure belts poles. See, students, polar winds blow from northeast to southwest. Okay, students, and in southern hemisphere, students, polar winds blow from southeast to northwest. Okay, students, when we consider the earth as a whole, we find the direction of the winds is influenced by the rotation of the earth. Okay, students, and see that what we find the direction of the winds, student, it is influenced by the rotation of the earth. In the northern hemisphere, winds get deflected towards the right of their original direction. Okay, whereas in the southern hemisphere they get deflected towards the left of their original direction. So we already see the figure 5.2. okay, the direction is shown by curved arrow in the figure. And see, students, the rotation from west to east causes this damage in the original direction of the winds. Okay, students, observe figure 5.3 and answer. See, students, you to figure, observe that 5.3 figure, that is planetary winds and pressure belt on the earth. Okay, students, and see, students, which are the winds in the northern hemisphere that blow from the mid latitudinal high pressure belt to the equatorial low pressure belt. See, students, see this figure. So see, students, easterlies blow from the mid latitudinal high pressure belt to the equatorial low pressure belt in the northern hemisphere, that is easterlies. Can you see that? Okay, students, next one is, what is the direction of the westerlies in the southern hemisphere, students? So see that in this figure, westerly blow from northwest to southeast. See the picture in the southern hemisphere. Okay, students, that means westerly blow from northwest to southeast in the southern hemisphere. Okay, students, can you see that? Afterwards, see that Third question is, which planetary winds blow from the mid-latitudinal high pressure belt to the subpolar low pressure belt in the northern hemisphere? Students, so see the figure, students. The westerly blow from mid-latitudinal high pressure belt, okay, to subpolar low pressure belt in the northern hemisphere. Can you see that? Okay, students, that is your westerlies. Okay. Next one is, see that why is the direction of the polar winds not same in both the hemispheres, students? So say, students, that means you know that the rotation of the earth causes the change in the direction of the winds, okay, in both the hemisphere. Okay, so polar winds blow from northeast to southwest in the northern hemisphere, students. Okay, and from southeast to northwest in the southern hemisphere. Can you see that? Okay, that is polar winds. Okay, why it has happened, students? Because the rotation of the earth causes the change in the direction of the winds in both the hemisphere. And last question is, see, students, that means second last, see that name the winds that blow in the southern hemisphere, student. It is southern hemisphere, students. See that easterlies, can you see the easterlies, westerlies, and polar winds blow in the southern hemisphere. Okay, students. And last one is, in which direction do the easterlies blow in the northern and southern hemisphere, students? That is answer. Easterlies blow from northeast to southeast in northern hemisphere. Can you see that? So easterly blow from northeast to southeast in the northern hemisphere, students, and from southeast to northwest in the southern hemisphere. Okay, students. So this is a figure 5.3, that is planetary winds and the pressure belt on the earth. Okay, students. Can you see that? See the equatorial low pressure belt 5 degree north, 5 degree south. Okay, and see the easterlies in the southern hemisphere and easterlies winds that is coming to the downwards northern hemisphere. Can you see that? And subpolar pressure belt, polar winds 90 degree. Okay, so how it was divided, polar high pressure belt north place also. Can you see that? Okay, winds are known by the direction from which they blow, students. For example, westerlies are winds that blow from the west. Okay, that is because the westerlies, the direction of the blowing, the duration, the region covered, and the condition of the air determine the following wind types. Okay, students. And winds are known by the direction from which they blow. Planetary winds. See, students, some winds blow regularly on the earth from high to low pressure belt throughout the year. Okay, students, and these winds cover a large portion of the earth. Hence, these are called planetary winds. Okay, students. Let me see, students. Some winds blow regularly, okay, on the earth, and it comes from high to low pressure belt, okay, throughout the year. And these winds, students, cover a large portion of the earth. And these winds we can say the planetary winds. And for example, the easterlies, the westerlies, and the polar winds. So see, students, in both the hemisphere, the winds blow from the high pressure area between 25 degree and 35 degree parallel. Okay, students, to the equatorial low pressure belt. So see figure. See, so figure 5.3. See, students, can you see that? 25 degree, 35 degree. Okay, students. And this way, students, that means in both the hemisphere, the winds blow from the high pressure areas between 25 degree and 35 parallel to the equatorial low pressure belt. And why it has happened? Due to the rotation of the earth, their original direction changes. Okay, students, because earth is rotated, and because of that, students, their original direction is changes. In the northern hemisphere, they blow from the northeast to the southwest. Okay, students, and whereas in the southern hemisphere, they blow from the southeast to the northwest. So these are different, are these, students. That means in the northern hemisphere, students, see that in the northern hemisphere, okay, so how it blow? So students, it blow that in the northern hemisphere they blow from the northeast to the southwest. Okay, and whereas see, students, in the southern hemisphere, see students, southern hemisphere they blow from the southeast to the northwest. So these are differences are there. And see, students, these winds coming from both the sides converge near the equatorial calm belt. Okay, calm belt, these winds are known as the easterlies. Okay, students. And see, students, in both the hemisphere, winds blow from the mid-latitudinal high pressure belt to the subpolar low pressure belt situated near 60 degree parallel. See the 60 degree parallel, can you see that? Okay, student, that is subpolar low pressure belt. Can you see that? Okay. And see, students, that means the subpolar low pressure belt situated near 60 degree parallel, figure 5.3 we see already. Their original direction changes due to the rotation of the earth. Okay, students. In the southern hemisphere, these winds blow from the northwest to the southwest, southeast. And see, students, that means in the southern hemisphere, see that? Okay, So the southern hemisphere, see students, these winds blow from the northwest to the southeast, and the northern hemisphere students, they blow from the southwest to the northeast. See the southwest to the northeast, and these winds are called westerlies. Okay students, see the arrow westerlies and see the arrow easterlies. Okay students, see the northern hemisphere, see the westerlies how they are going to upward, and easterlies how it will come to downwards. Okay, see the pictures are there in south and in north and southern hemisphere. Okay students, in both the hemisphere, winds blowing from the polar high pressure belt to the subpolar low pressure belt. And see students, in the both the hemisphere, the winds are blowing from the polar high pressure belt, see that, to the subpolar low pressure belt, that is 55 degree to 65 degree. See the picture, okay students, and are called polar winds. That is, we can say they are called polar winds. And see students, they generally they blow from east to west. See that picture, it blow from east to west. Okay students. So winds in the southern hemisphere blow with greater velocity, students. The southern hemisphere is mostly occupied by ocean because there is no land is there, okay? And the southern hemisphere is mostly occupied by ocean. In this hemisphere, the obstacle caused by the relief of the land surface is almost absent. Okay, students. That means in this place, students, in this hemisphere, the obstacle caused by the relief of the land surface is almost absent, students. As there is no obstacle, winds blow with greater velocities in the southern hemisphere as compared to the northern hemisphere, students. That means in the southern hemisphere there is a very greater velocity, and the northern hemisphere that is very less. Okay, these characteristics, their characteristics are as follow. So beyond 40 degree S stands for southern hemisphere, winds blow with tremendous velocity, and these winds are called roaring 40s. Okay students, what we can say that these winds are called roaring 40s, that is beyond 40 degree S, and these winds blow with tremendous velocity. Next one, around 50 degree S, winds are stormy, students, hence they are called furious 50s. Okay students, and last one is the stormy winds around 60 degree S make tremendous noise, and hence they are called screeching 60s. Okay students, because these stormy winds around 60 degree S make tremendous noise. Okay students, and hence they are called screeching 60s. Why are such winds not found in the northern hemisphere, students? At 40 degree, 50 degree and 60 degree parallels. Okay students, now local winds, the winds that blow for a short duration of time, originate in a specific region and blow over a limited area are called local winds. Local winds means what, students? The winds that blow for a short duration, short time, okay, and originate in a specific region, blow over a limited area are called local winds. Local winds affect the climate of a region where they blow. Okay students, these winds are known as different local names in the different region where they blow. Okay students, these in the activity given below, students, consider the elevation of land, the heating and cooling properties of land and water, and the air pressure, etc. Okay students, A, observe the picture 5.4a. Describe the valley bridge with the help of the picture. Okay students, you to make the observation. This figure 5.4a, valley bridge. Okay students, characteristics of valley bridge, that is features of valley bridge. See students, by seeing this picture, that means valley are cooler compared to the mountain tops during the day, students. Okay, and mountains are comparatively warmer. Okay, and see students, air pressure is greater, that means air pressure is greater in the valley place. Okay students, and see students, winds blow from valley to the mountain top. Okay students, and a valley bridge are set after the sunrise. Okay, so these are the features of the valley bridge. Okay students, read the following information carefully and draw a diagram from the mountain bridge accordingly. And see student, by seeing that valley bridge, draw that mountain bridge also. Okay, so characteristics of the mountain bridge are given here. So first point, students, mountains cool down quickly at night. Okay students, second point, the valley zone is comparatively warmer here, and third point, air pressure is greater on the mountains. Okay students, that means air pressure is greater on the mountains. Fourth point, winds blow from the mountain towards the valley. And see, so what are the winds are blowing? It blow from the mountain towards the valley. And afterwards, next point, the hot and the light air from the valley is pushed upward, students, and the cool air rushes down into the valley. And see student, means the hot and the light air from the valley is pushed upward, and the cool air rushes down into the valley. And last point is mountain winds set in after sunset. Okay, so mountain winds set in after sunset. So these are the features of the mountain bridge, that means characteristics of the mountain bridge. Okay students, now do you know totally cancel? I will mark with pencil, no need to read this. Okay students, tell, observe the diagram given below. Students, answer the questions related to sea and land bridge. So see students, this is the picture of the figure 5.5 sea bridge. Okay students, two arrows are there, warm air cools and comes down. Okay, and see that high pressure to low pressure, see the blue arrow is there, and this is your sea bridge. It is a daytime. Okay students, and see that how the air on land gets heated and goes up. Okay, and warm air cools and comes down. Okay students, can you see that? And the next picture students, see that it is a figure 5.5b land bridge. So it is your night time. Okay students, see that warm air on the water goes up and warm air cools and comes down. See the land bridge. Okay, and cool land bridge blow towards the sea. Okay students, so some questions are there, go through that. Why do the bridge blow from the sea to the land during the day? See students, you know that during the day as land get heated, okay, up faster than water, and an area of low pressure is created on land. Okay students, and whereas there is a reason of comparatively we can say the higher pressure on the sea. Okay students, next one is, when do the winds blow from the land to the sea? Students, the winds blow from the land to the sea during the night. Okay, next one, describe the winds shown in figure 5.5a. So see the picture 5.5a, which figure is there students? That is a sea bridge. Okay, and the next one is, compare figure 5.5 and 5.5b with reference to temperature, students, conditions, air pressure and winds. So see students, that means in figure 5.5a the temperature is higher on the land, okay, and the pressure is low, so winds blow from sea to land. Okay students, and in 5.5b we can say that the temperature is low on the land and the pressure is high, winds blow from the land to sea. Okay students, next one is, which winds are called sea bridge and which are called land bridge? Why? See students, that means winds in figure 5.a are sea bridge. Okay students, because they blow from the sea. Okay students, and in figure 5.5b it is a land bridge because they blow from the land. Can you see the picture? Afterwards, in which part of India are the land and the sea bridge experienced, students? So in India it is experienced near the coastal areas. Last one is, do you experience sea and land bridge in your area, students? So their answer will be different. Okay, so answer may be different in different place. Okay students, graphical explanation, the land is made up of dense matter. Land is stable and opaque. As a result, heat is transferred at a greater speed and in a higher proportion. Hence, land gets heated quickly. See students, you all know that the land is made up of dense matters, okay, and land is stable and opaque. And because of that, students, as a result, heat is transferred at a greater speeds and a higher proportion. And hence, lands get heated quickly. Well, that means land will get heated very quickly. Okay, students. The density of water is comparatively less. And see students, the density of water is comparatively less and water is transparent and unstable. That means students, how that land is stable and opaque, but water is transparent and unstable. Okay students, hence water does not get heated quickly. And see students, how that land get heated quickly, okay, but water is not like that. Water does not get heated quickly. It takes time to heat also and to cool also. Okay students, as a result, the air pressure in land and water areas is totally different. Okay students, so it will be not same. That means the air pressure in land and water areas is totally different. In the coastal areas, land get heated during daytime. Hence, the air on the land also get heated and the air pressure on land decreases. The sea water get heated slowly, hence the air is less heated and the air pressure remains high. So see students, in the coastal areas, you all know that land get heated during the daytime, okay? Hence the air on the land also get heated and the air pressure on land, students, it was decreases. And the sea water get heated slowly, hence the air is less heated and the air pressure remains high. See students, winds blowing from the sea towards land, we can say it is called a sea bridge. Okay students, that means which winds blowing from the sea towards the land, okay, that winds we can say it is called a sea bridge. At night, land cools down faster as compared to the sea and therefore has a higher air pressure. Hence, the land breeze blow from land towards the sea. And see students, you all know that at night land cools down faster, okay, as compared to the sea, and therefore has a higher air pressure, okay students. And see students, hence the land breeze blow from land towards the sea, that is we can say the land breeze. And sea breeze students, the winds blowing from the sea towards the land, we can say the sea breeze. These are differences are there, okay students, between the land breeze and the sea breeze, okay students. Beside this, winds blow under particular condition in different areas. These are also called local winds, okay students. So that is we can say the local winds, okay students. For example, Phones, Chinook, Bora, Lu, etc. So all these are examples are there. See the table on the next page, okay students. Do you know, see students, major local winds in the world, okay. See that so many names are there, names of the winds, nature of the winds, their characteristics means features and areas of influence, okay students. So first one is Lu, that is hot and dry, okay students, and it blow in the North Indian plains during the summer seasons, okay students, generally in the afternoons, okay. And they come from the hot Thar desert, okay students. So these are the characteristics are there and the areas of influence, okay. Next one is Simon students, Simum, it is hot, dry and destructive, okay, destructive, okay students. And see that this blow with tremendous velocities, okay students, from the Sahara and the Arabian desert, okay students, as these winds are quite strong and they are destructive, okay students. That means they can causing great and irreparable damage, that is devastating, we can say that, okay students. Third one is Chinook, that is snow eater. The nature of the winds is warm and dry, students. So this blow down the eastern slope of Rocky Mountains, okay students. That means this blow down the eastern slopes of Rocky Mountains of North America, okay students. They cause the snow to melt, okay, and increase the temperature in the valley place. Now next one is Mistral, that is nature of the winds is cold and dry, students. This blow in Spain, France and areas the around the Mediterranean Sea place, okay students. That means these winds blowing in the Spain, France and areas the around the Mediterranean Sea, they originate means they arise, they create from the Alps, okay. And these cold winds reduce the temperature in the coastal areas. And see students, so these cold winds, it will reduce the temperature in the where, in the coastal areas, okay students. Afterward, next is Bora. So the nature of the winds is students, that is cold and dry, and this blow from the Alps mountains towards the coastal areas of Italy, okay students. And afterwards is Pampero, that is name of the winds is Pampero. The nature of the winds is student, it is cold and dry, and this blow around the Pampas grasslands in South America, okay students. And last one is Fawn, that is Foin. Fun, we can say that it is nature of the wind, that is hot and dry. This blow along the northern slope of the Alps. So see students, that means it is that means warm dry winds, students, blowing the down northern slopes of the Alps, okay students. So all these are the names of the winds, nature of the winds and characteristics and the areas of influence. So these are the major local winds in the world, okay students. Seasonal winds, monsoon. Monsoon winds are generated due to the uneven heating of land and water in different seasons. Okay students, why it is happened students? Monsoon winds are generated due to the uneven heating of land, that means uneven means unequal, we can say that, of land and water in different seasons. During summer, see student, monsoon blow from the sea to the land, okay, can you see that? And in winter they blow from the land to the sea, students. See the arrow how it was there, okay. And see students, Southeast Asia, East Africa, North Australia are the regions where pronounced effect of these winds are felt, okay students. That means Southeast Asia, East Africa, North Australia are the regions where the pronounced effect of these winds are felt. See figure 5.6. The influence of monsoon winds is seen in the summer and winter seasons in the Indian subcontinent, okay students. And see that that means pink color equator low pressure belt, okay. and let me see that yellow color mid latitudinal high pressure belt. Okay students, and see that how that winds are blowing. Represent during summer monsoon blow from the sea to the land. Okay students, and in winter they blow from the land to the sea. Okay students, now due to these winds the Indian subcontinent experience monsoon, that is rainy season. Okay students, and retreating monsoon, you know students, retreating means what? To move back. Monsoon seasons apart from summer and winter. Okay, can you see this picture? Okay, see the arrow mark, how the northeast retreating monsoons. Okay students, see the arrow. Winds are in fact sea and land breeze blowing on large scale. Okay students, most of the precipitation in the Indian subcontinent is the effect of the monsoon winds. After crossing the equator, they blow from the southwest towards the Indian subcontinent during the period from June to September. Okay students, and they are called the southwest monsoon. And see student, that means you know that most of the precipitation in the Indian subcontinent is the effect of the monsoon winds. And see student, after crossing the equator, they blow from the southwest towards the Indian subcontinent. Okay students, during the period from June to September in this month, and they are called the southwest monsoon. And see students, they are full of moisture. Okay, and from September to December, because of the low pressure area developing near the equator, winds blow from the Indian subcontinent towards the equator. Okay students, and these are called the northeast monsoon winds. And see student, that means from September to December month, because of the low pressure areas, okay students, developing near the equator, winds blow from the Indian subcontinent towards the equator, and these are called the northeast monsoon winds. Okay students, and they are dry winds. Dry means they are very dried winds. Okay students, cyclones. See students, cyclones means what students? Cyclones is a violent tropical storm in which the air goes round and round. We can say the cyclone. Cyclonic conditions are created when a low pressure area is surrounded by high pressure areas. So see students, when the cyclonic conditions are created students, when a low pressure area is surrounded by high pressure areas. Okay, in these conditions wind start blowing towards the low pressure areas from the surrounding high pressure areas. So what are the conditions are the student? That means wind start blowing from the towards the low pressure areas from the surrounding high pressure areas. Okay students, and see student, due to the rotation of the earth, you all know the earth is rotated. Okay, and due to the see figure 5.7. okay students, due to the rotation of the earth, the cyclonic winds in the northern hemisphere move in an anti-clockwise directions, and whereas they move in a clockwise direction in the southern hemisphere. So see student, you all know that earth is rotated. Okay, so because of the rotation of the earth, the cyclonic winds in the northern hemisphere, it will move in an anti-clockwise direction students, and whereas they move a clockwise direction in the southern hemisphere. During a cyclone, the sky is cloudy. What happened that what are reasons are the students? That means when cyclone will be there, the sky is cloudy, wind blow with a very high velocity, and it rains heavily. And see students, winds, whatever the winds are blowing with a very high velocity, okay, and it rains very heavily. The area affected by cyclone is limited. Okay students, the duration, velocities, directions, and place of origin of these winds is unpredictable. See the image of a cyclone obtained by satellites in figure 5.8. okay students, so see students, this see the figure 5.7 cyclone. Okay, see the value of air pressure in millibars. So see that how that low pressure, high pressure. Okay, and the degree also there. See students, so how that means 1000, afterwards 998, afterwards 996, after 994, how it was going to upper part. Okay, so see the arrow. Okay, and see students, because of that cyclone, the area affected by cyclone is very limited, and the duration, velocity of directions and place of this origin of these winds is unpredictable. Okay students, and see the image of a cyclone students obtained by satellites in figure 5.8. see the picture. Okay, so these are pictures of the cyclonic storm. Okay students, that means see that cyclone is a violent tropical storm in which the air goes round and round. See that round. Okay, it is cyclonic storm. Okay students, weather map, the center of a cyclone is represented by the letter L. Okay students, let's see that letter L is there. Okay students, can you see that? So see that letter L is there. Okay, let me which place it was there? 994 place. See the letter L was there. Okay students, a cyclone system moves from one place to another. Okay students, cyclonic storms. Cyclones occurring in the western part of the Pacific Ocean along the coast of Japan, China, Philippines, etc. are known as tufans. Okay, students. That means which place it was occur, students. So cyclones occurring where in the western part of the Pacific Ocean. Okay, along the coast of Japan, China, Philippines, in etc. are known as tufans. These storms arise in the month between June and October. So see, students. So these storms arise. It was create in the month between June and October. Due to high velocity winds and heavy rain, this proved to be destructive, means damage. Okay, and see, why it was destructive, students? Because due to high velocity winds and heavy rain, this proved to be destructive, means which are causing greater and irreparable damage. That means we can say that devastating. Okay, students. So it was very destructive. The cyclones in the Caribbean Sea are known as hurricanes. Okay, students. These are also destructive in nature. And see, students, that means the cyclones in the Caribbean Sea are also known as hurricanes, and these are also destructive in nature. During these storms, the minimum velocity of the winds is 60 km per hour. Okay, students. And cyclones also originate in the temperate zone, but they are not so powerful and hence they are not destructive. And see, students, that means you should know about that, students. That means during these storms, the minimum velocity of the winds is how much? 60 km per hour. Okay, students. And cyclones also originate in the temperate zone. Okay, students. And see that, but they are not so powerful. Okay, hence they are not damage or destructive. Okay, students. And see the picture, figure 5.8, that is cyclonic storm. Okay, students. Cyclones. See, students, under specific atmospheric conditions, the air pressure in a particular region increases and the pressure in the surrounding areas remain low. And see, student, means under the specific atmospheric condition, what happened that the air pressure in a particular region started to increases and the pressure in the surrounding areas, it remains low. Okay, students. And under this situation, that means in this situation, winds blow from the center toward the surrounding areas in a circular manner. Okay. So see, what is very important things are there. That means in this situation, winds blow from the center, okay, towards the surrounding areas in a circular manner. In the northern hemisphere, these winds blow in a clockwise direction, okay, whereas in the southern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, they blow in an anti-clockwise direction. So remember that, students. So to remember this, northern hemisphere, these winds blow clockwise directions, and in southern hemisphere, it blow in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, students. During anti-clockwise, the skies are clear. Okay, winds blow with lesser velocities and the weather is pleasant. And see, students, when there was an anti-cyclone, students, the skies are very clear. Okay, winds blow with so winds are blowing but with a lesser velocity. Okay, and the weather is pleasant. Okay, students. Anticyclones generally last for a few days or a week. And see, students, anticyclones generally last for a few days or a week. Okay. Such anticyclone originate in temperate zone. On weather maps, the center of an anticyclone is represented by the letter H. Okay. So see that, students, in this see that H is there. No? Okay. High pressure. Okay. So on weather map, the center of an anticyclone is represented by the letter H. Anticyclones are vividly experienced in high pressure belt. Okay, students. Winds in this region are always moving out and hence the rainfall in such areas is quite low. And see, students, in this place, winds in this region are always moving, okay, moving out, and hence the rainfall in such areas is quite low. See that value of air pressure in millibar. See figure 5.9, anticyclone. Okay, students, can you see that arrow? See that low pressure, again see the high pressure, H stands for, see that the degree also. Okay, 1004, 1006, 1008, 1010. Okay, and H stands for the high pressure. Okay, students, and it was represented, that means anticyclone is represented by the letter H. Okay, in the center place. Okay, students. See, students, do you know totally cancel? I have marked with pencil. No need to read this. Okay. Size question number 1. Rewrite the following statements after choosing the correct option. Question number 2. Identify the type of winds from the descriptions given below. Okay, students. Afterwards, see that next page. Question number 3. Given below are the values of air pressure in millibars, students. Using the same Draw a diagram to show a cyclone and an anticyclone. Okay, students, that is question number 3. Afterwards, question number 5. Complete the flow chart, students. Okay, so all these are the assignment I am giving to you as your homework. Okay, students, you have to do this in your notebook or in your workbook and read this lesson twice, 2 times properly. I hope that you understood this lesson. Thank you.